I don't know what's on the menu, but we do know who's going to be there. The president, of course, is in Bedminster, New Jersey this week on a bit of a summer break, and the White House putting out a list here of about 13 different CEOs who'll be having dinner with the president in Bedminster. Take a look at some of those CEOs. A lot of these people, just a shy of half, were members of some of those CEO advisory councils that disbanded in the wake of the president's racially tinged remarks after the protests in Charlottesville, Virginia. So we know that some of the CEOs who are going to be there tonight include Michael Manley, John Castimitidis, Fred Smith of FedEx, somebody who's been at the White House fairly regularly, Mark Weinberger of EY, Dennis Muhlenberg of Boeing, and others. But a lot of these folks were formerly on some of the president's CEO advisory councils, those that disbanded, about 6 of the 13. So in many ways, this is sort of getting the band back together in the sense that those CEOs want to have access to the president. Perhaps not all of them want to be on those councils and be publicly seen as identified with the president, but they do want to go and have dinner with the president tonight. Here's 2 CEOs, Indra Nooyi, the outgoing CEO of Pepsi, and Mark Weinberger of EY. They were both on that strategic and policy forum that the president put together. The White House says this is simply an opportunity for the president to pick their brains about the economy, see what's on their minds for the year ahead. No particular agenda, the White House says, other than getting together, talking about the economy and business, and having some dinner. Andrew?
If you were hosting, what would be on the menu?
If I was hosting? Well, look, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, trade is front and center, right? I mean, all of these companies are going to be affected in different ways by the president's approach to trade, both with our European allies and with China, so sort of east and west. I think that's got to be topic number one tonight, and all those companies will have a different perspective and angle. Some will be beneficiaries, some will be net losers. And then, of course, the president's moves recently on reimposing Iran sanctions. That's caused some tension with our European allies. Some European companies don't like that because they wanted to get into that Iranian market. How that plays out among all these companies will be different as well.